I'll see you when I see you.
Hopefully.
Rome has been fun.
Go be a samurai.
My craziest venture yet. Now, what does that mean? Let's head to Tokyo and find out. Well, an eventful start to our very big adventure. So apparently, the flight crew on our flight doesn't feel well, and our flight is tentatively delayed for 2 hours. And if they don't find a new flight crew, oh my god. Okay, and the flight is still on? Okay. Okay. What's a little bit of added stress on a crazy travel day? This trip has been something in the works for months, traveling across the world to my favorite place to do something completely different. Well, it's happening. To start my trip, since we had the schedule change, they shuttled us all to a plane already set on the runway. That was definitely a first. Touch for good luck.
Is there?
Go. Mission success. 11.5 hours to go. Though I travel to Japan pretty often, this one was a little bit different. My nerves about the trip were definitely getting the best of me. This is something I've never done before, and I'm pretty dang nervous. So I tried to eat, work, and sleep as much as possible, even if it didn't work so well. Almost 12 hours later, we arrived in a rainy Tokyo.
Dear passengers, we have just landed at Narita International Airport. The local time is 5:37 in the afternoon.
ありがとうございました。Like I said, even though we've been here so many times before, this trip just feels different. It's just something about heading into the unknown. Of course I'm excited, but I'm also scared shitless. It's official. Hi, ありがとうございます。すごいですね。
三井ガーデンホテル柏の葉。
はい、大丈夫です。Well, if you couldn't tell, it is late and rainy. Plans are a little bit messed up for today, but at least we made it. This is going to be a very different trip, but we're officially in Tokyo and we are head to the hotel. It's been a long, long travel day. Hi. From the airport, I had about a 1.5 hour taxi ride to our first hotel. I was supposed to have a full day here in Tokyo to kind of gather my bearings, but you know, due to the delay with the plane, that didn't happen. Either way, we'll manage. At least we made it. Okay. Hi, ありがとうございました。Here we go. Oh, we are one step closer to our mission. Let's get to the room. Now, I know you're all probably wondering, Dustin, why in the heck are you here? What is the next big adventure that I've been teasing for so long? And I promise we're gonna get there. But it's also 7:30 and things are about to start closing and I'm starving. Before we get into it, because it's a lot, let's go get our first meal in Japan. Looks like I've stumbled across a pretty sick little mall here. Gonna check out and see if there's any good spots to eat here. Oh yes.
とんかつはい
はいはい
ポークチキンで
はい
はい
ノンスパイス。
ノンスパイス
はい。
2.2
はい、大丈夫です。
チキン入ります
Alright. Not really sure how I always do this, but we got some bomb tonkatsu. Well, this is actually chicken katsu, but check this out. Oof, only right to have my first meal be my favorite food from Japan. Let's get a little bit of curry action going here. Ooh. This looks incredible. So, you guys might notice that I am alone for the first time, and we're gonna explain that. Kanpai. Oh my god. How is it that every place is a 10 out of 10 here? Food mission accomplished. Let's head back to the room and give you guys the rundown. Alright, well, I guess it's time to finally just break the news. Okay, you guys know that I've been hyping up my biggest adventure journey, whatever you want to call it yet, and this is it. You guys know how much I love to travel and explore. You guys have seen us go to Egypt, Thailand, the pyramids at Chichen Itza, like all over the place, but I think for all of us, one that really stands out and one that I truly love the most is, of course, Japan. We've traveled to Japan, I think, 6 or 7 times now, and it's been a blast every single time. When you travel to Japan, if you've never gone, there's something new to see every single time. Every single corner you turn, there's always something to see, and that's what I love so much about it. Yes, the cars and the culture and the shops, like that's all incredible, and that's what I love to do when I come here, but there's just so much more than that here in Japan, and I really want to show that, and I wanted to do the craziest, just off the wall thing that no one would really expect, and I'm doing it. Basically, I'm here in Japan to solo travel half of the country by myself for 2 weeks. And what that basically means is I am traveling from the very, very top of Japan on the island of Hokkaido, which is off of the main island of Japan. I'm starting in Hokkaido, exploring there, and making my way down all the way to Mount Fuji, which is practically half of the country, and I'm doing that in a Japanese van. The goal for this experience is to really show myself in an uncomfortable situation and just learn new things, show new things, get new experiences, and really dive deep into the culture of Japan, the culture and the landscape of Japan. Japan is so beautiful and there's so much more to see outside of the Tokyo area, and I thought this would be something just completely off the wall. Since you guys know I love traveling, I love Japan, why not put those two things together and travel the country of Japan? And that's exactly what we're doing. And this is so big for me because this is my first time traveling in Japan alone, and it's not like I'm just traveling Tokyo alone. I'm traveling quite literally the whole country, and I mean, very similar to how the United States is, the dialect in different places of Japan is different. So when I go to Hokkaido, the way people speak and their slangs are much different than what I'm kind of used to in Tokyo. And I mean, I can very, very basically get around with basic knowledge of Japanese. I don't have a very huge vocabulary of Japanese words. I can understand a lot more than I can talk. So I'm very curious to see how that'll carry over when we're in Hokkaido. Basically, throughout our travel of the country, we're going to be doing multiple different locations, and our tentative stops right now are Hakodate, Sapporo, Aomori, Sendai, Ebisu, Aizu, Wakamatsu, Nasu, and Mount Fuji. Also, another crazy part about this I forgot to mention is we're camping it. we're gonna be van lifing it and sleeping in the van. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a couple locations that I really wanna stop that have traditional Japanese onsen ryuken, which is a Japanese inn, like the natural traditional Japanese inns with tatami floors and all of that. So there are a couple of locations where I'll be stopping for that. But other than that, we are sleeping in the back of the van. I had to actually run to this hotel here because they had a camping store right next door, and I had to grab an extra backpack to go ahead and take along, like an extra burner. If you guys notice, I wasn't running my usual backpack, and that's because I needed my backpacking backpack because we have all of my camping stuff: tent, sleeping bag, blankets, portable pillow, everything for camping in Japan for 2 weeks across half of the country. So this series is actually going to be called Japan in a Van, and I guess this is technically kind of the start, not really because I don't have the van yet. This video is probably going to be pretty long because this is obviously my entire travel day today, but tomorrow I'm taking the train from where I'm at in Chiba to Tokyo Station. When I get to Tokyo Station, I'm taking the Shinkansen from Tokyo Station all the way up to Hokkaido to a place called Hakodate, which is where I'll stay that night. I've never taken the train by myself before, so this is going to be a very interesting experience. And like I said, the goal is to put myself in an uncomfortable situation and show you guys that I am vulnerable as well. Like, I'm scared, I'm nervous. I've never done this before. I've never traveled solo like this before, and I'd be lying if I told you guys I wasn't nervous. But that's the point. You're never gonna learn and grow if you don't put yourself in uncomfortable situations. I just preach the quote, do more, and that's exactly what we're gonna be doing on this trip. It's just doing as much as we can and learning from all of these experiences. But the best part is I'm gonna take you guys along for every step of the way. I have no idea what Wi-Fi and service is gonna be like out there, so you may get a video every day and you may not. Just know if you don't get a video, I'm traveling in a remote location and I'm trying to figure it out, okay? I hope you're ready for the craziest, most fun series of all time. Japan in a Van is going to be absolutely fantastic, and I hope you're ready. I'm gonna try get some rest and get ready for our long day tomorrow of travel. I'm gonna go ahead, do some work, like I said, get some sleep. See you guys in the morning for our start of Japan in a Van.